So it's crunch time before Blade Show. I'm trying to get some pens done. I just want to have some to show people. I've got one now, which is working really well. A couple little tweaks I still want to make. I'm never going to be done tweaking. Anyway, I'm having a lot of problems with the clips. So I have in my green 3D printed bins, I have a bunch here that I've been working on, a bunch of good ones. Some really cool processes, bending and all that stuff, which we might have already shown. Drilling. I'm trying to drill a 1/4 inch hole about 2 inches deep, 8 times diameter. It's a big deal. Let me show you. So there's a broken drill bit. I have that in another piece that I already threw away. Here's a broken $70 through coolant OSG drill bit, another broken $70 OSG through coolant drill bit, and because of that, it destroyed $220 Kyocera boring bar. Ugh. Yesterday afternoon was not a happy dance for me. It was actually really frustrating. Why do I keep breaking drill bits? This guy's supposed to be that long. I heard it. Oh, it's hot. Is the coolant off? No, the coolant's on. Why is that so hot? I don't know. Shouldn't be that hot even with coolant. Something's going on. The coolant was definitely on. What the crap? So I think what happened was I finally, like, one of my theories was that the alignment of that was not perfectly in line with the spindle center line, and you have to put a dial test indicator on here and indicate them in, and I did yesterday after breaking all the tools, and it was several thousandths of an inch out. I think up to 9 thousandths in Y for one of the tools, so I mean, that's probably the reason. You know, I'll spot it, I'll do a pilot hole, I'll do a through coolant drill, I'm doing exactly by the book, right speeds and feeds and everything, and yeah, just frustrating after making 10 clips and then having the drill break kind of 2 in a row. It sucked. But anyway, I have a carbide IMCO non-coolant through, so I'm going to peck it, and that'll get me by. It just takes longer. And then I've got more coolant throughs on order. But yeah, clips are coming along great. I have that many so far, which is sweet. Clips are the hardest part, so then after I have, it's like I'm gonna have to stop, you know? So it's like after I make however many clips I can comfortably make, I'm just gonna have to be like, okay, that's enough. Time to make all these other parts too, because there are, I believe it's 7, maybe 8 components that we manufacture completely here. The rest is just like 2 springs, some ball bearings, and a C-clip. It's like off-the-shelf stuff. So I got tweaks I gotta make on that, tweaks I gotta make on that, tweaks I gotta make on that, tweaks that part's actually pretty good. Tweaks I gotta make on that thing. Every part except for one needs tweaks. No, they all need tweaks. Man, everything needs tweaks. We're leaving for Blade Show a week tomorrow, so, you know, I got work ahead of me, for sure. The good thing is the clips take forever to make. They're about 20-minute cycle time. Maybe I can cut that down to 18 or so. I'm willing to put in that time, but man, that's only like 3 an hour. So that's not very inspiring. Everything else is relatively quick once the process is dialed in, which I'm spending a lot of time trying to figure out. Check this out. I don't know if I can get close enough with the front camera. Check this out. So notice how the slider now goes over top of the clip ring, that upper lip, and it completely hides that C-clip, which I think is awesome. I really wanted that feature. So it's actually, the tolerances are a little off here, because normally you wouldn't see a little gap. Yeah, maybe it's not tight or something. I can tweak. So it used to be like that, where you'd be able to see that C-clip and the spring, which is neat from a technical standpoint, but I think it's super slick to be able to put it together and have it be hidden and supported too, which is really sweet. So a couple little things I want to tweak. I think this travels too far, and the spring actually gets really heavy near the bottom before it disengages. So I want to bring that up so it disengages right there at the top instead of all the way down here. Because I find that it is getting, it's fine if you do 2 fingers like that, but I want to be able to do this with 1 finger, and it's just kind of awkward and it gets really heavy at the bottom. So have that disengage up higher. That'll be one of the big tweaks there. But I love it. It's really, really coming together. We can play with colors, we can play with materials, we can do brass, copper, bronze, any color of anodizing. The button is a 17-4 stainless steel, heat treated to 45 Rockwell, and there's the threaded tube in there too. That's also stainless steel. Here is a brass version. So yeah, so 2 of the components are stainless steel, the rest is titanium. Very, very awesome. So it is time. I got new through coolant drill bits this morning. Time to put these back in, try them again. Now that I have the run out dialed in on these tools, or the alignment, whatever you call it, X and Y, should be a lot better. We'll see. We're doing a short one will be a pilot hole, and then this one will go in and be guided. So we're making clips. We just switched to a new bar of material because I bought new stuff. It was late at night and I was like, let's just get what they have, right? So we've been practicing with 6Al4V titanium, which is great. That's what we use for the knives. Yep. That's what we use for everything. And then I put in a new bar and we made the clip, and it does a little bendy routine at the end, which is really awesome. And it overbent the clip like way too much. And I'm like, oh man, like I didn't change anything. What's going on? So then Angelo was able to hand bend this one. I mean, he's a beast. Look at him.
Commercially pure titanium.
Yeah, so commercially pure titanium makes a crappy pocket clip. Now we know. I just bought $500 worth of bad material. Well, it's good material, it's just the wrong stuff. You looked up the specs. What was the comparison again?
You got about 100,000 PSI difference between the two.
One was like 50, this was 50,000?
About 40 to 50-ish. KSI, and the other one is 160 KSI. So quite a large difference. There's also the modulus of elasticity. There's all the variables that adding aluminum to titanium essentially making that alloy creates a lot of strength behind it.
Right. This one is commercially pure, and the other is an alloy with aluminum and vanadium, I guess. 6Al4V. Yeah. 4 part vanadium or percent or whatever. So that'd be 6% aluminum, 4%.
Let's look at the exact number.
Yeah. 90% titanium and 6L4V.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just don't make clips out of CP. Now we know. All right. Bending test. This is CP titanium.
Let's do this first.
Okay, that's 6L4V. Like, you can spring it, but you can't really put a kink in it.
It takes a while to get back to its past that spring back.
And the CP titanium, it has no spring back, like hardly any.
It's got good memory in terms of its...
Yeah. So let's leave it bent so that we know it's a bad one, you know?
Absolutely no spring back on that.
I don't know if I talked about this one. This was a fun little mistake. I added a new piece of code into the main code, and it accidentally unlocked the spindles and homed one of them. So one of them rotated while the other one was still clamped on. Yeah, that was fun. No real damage, just the part's bad. Learned a lesson there. So whoever gets pen number 15, just know there's been about 4 clips before it that are all 15. Both of these are 15, we just keep renumbering it. So we're making huge progress on the pocket clips right now. I'll give you a close-up there in a second. Lots of little fine-tuning details, like this little weird chamfer where the thing, let me just show you. So the mating joint between where the clip meets the body, the tube, been having some burrs, like just the way that I make these. There's a burr on the bottom, so I finally, after all of these, decided, okay, let's take the time, let's put a little chamfer on the bottom. And you can see it. It's hard to see it, but you can kind of see it. It's there, trust me. It's probably like a tooth-out chamfer right there, which will just help it blend with the body a little bit better. And it's really hard to get like a perfect joint there just because, but it's really coming together. I love it. And I don't know if I talked about it, but I got sequential engravings figured out. They count up automatically. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if they're all here. 6, 7, 8. Is that a 9? 9. Now check this out. I noticed this is 10. 0, 0, 1, 0. And that 1, 0 split is a little weird. Just the way the spacing of the 1 is. So I went back and I moved all the 1s over a little bit. So now they're a bit more centered and they're a bit more 1, 1. Now they look awesome. So I didn't even think about that until I posted this one and made it. It looks kind of weird. So whatever, number 10 is going to look kind of weird, but that's how it goes. And then you learn. So all these, they just need the little tab ground off, polished up a little bit, and then they go in the tumbler, and then they come out kind of like this guy. And then this guy right here is going to anodize them whatever color he wants. So it's really interesting. Saunders and I just got done with our Business of Machining podcast, which was epic. Episode number 68. Go listen to it. Just Google Business of Machining podcast. And I said something that because I'm so deep into the Saga pen process, like I love doing R&D. This is what I was built to do. But I am letting a lot of other things slip, which I'm not super happy about. Like a couple weeks ago, I was crushing it, running the business, talking to everybody, teaching, learning, ordering things, and just on top of it all. And now I feel like it's not falling apart, but I'm just not in control because I'm so friggin' focused on the pen, which is great. But things like my desk is getting more cluttered, and there's just like my tools here. I got to put all this junk away. And that's just a minor example. So it's just funny because I can't do it all. And if I give 100% focus on something, other things do slip. So I have to figure out this kind of balance of being able to crush it on all fronts. So I just wanted to talk about that. Hey guys, thanks for watching another Saga Saturday. These pocket clips have been an absolute, I don't want to call it a nightmare because I've enjoyed the struggle. But I've learned a lot. Don't buy the wrong material. Like I said, it was like a 2 a.m. purchase. Bad idea. But yeah, finally getting things good. I'm actually ahead in the future from where you saw in the video, and we got through all the clips. We made lots of them. Got the process super dialed in. Changed the drilling parameters a little bit, so we're not drilling as deep. So we don't actually need the full hole on the clips. So that's working really well. And yeah, we're dialed. We're on to the next parts already. Things are great. We've already got like more videos filmed ahead. That's awesome. Anyway, lots going on. I gotta go. Later, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.